Our next call is from Danae in Baton Rouge. Hey, Danae, how can I help?
Hey, Christy. So I am a creator, and I make and sell hand-stamped jewelry. So when I first started, I was on Etsy, and that was the platform that I sold all of my jewelry from. But over the years, I don't really like the fees that are associated with it and how the algorithms have changed and such. So I moved to a self-hosted website. But now I'm wondering if I'm kind of killing my chances of expanding my customer base outside of my current customers because I no longer show up in search engines and stuff like that.
Okay. So this is a great question. I'll tell you, it's definitely a personal decision, but my thoughts when it comes to Etsy, especially if you have your own website, is that for the work you put into maintaining Etsy, which seems pretty minimal, it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to have a presence on Etsy when you already had a presence, so you know how it works, just being visible there can't hurt. Now, of course, you can do things to maximize your sales on Etsy where you use certain tag words and keywords and stuff so you show up even higher. But you're still going to drive traffic to your site through your own marketing channels, your own social media. But if you want it as just another option for people to find you, I don't see how it hurts. Is there any reason that you wouldn't want to do it? You don't want to do the work or, anything like that? Or is it just, you're just kind of like, I just haven't wanted to deal with it?
Kind of both. The amount of hand stampers that now actually are in the business has grown exponentially over the last 5 years. So competition is pretty steep through Etsy. So they, in the nicest way possible, they kind of undersell people that have been doing this for a long time and maybe have higher quality work.
Right.
So these newer stampers kind of sell stuff a lot cheaper, which comes in and it kind of hurts us that have been doing it for a really long time too. So I guess that's part of the reason why I moved away from Etsy to begin with.
Okay, now you bring up a really good point. I want to camp here for a second. This is a really good point. On Etsy, because of the nature of the platforms, there are people running businesses and there are people running hobbies. And when you create a piece of jewelry, if there's another seller selling the exact same piece of jewelry, even the same materials, Danae, even the same quality, but they're selling it way cheaper, they're not making money. And you're not competing with them. Now, I know that there's a real effect on white space or customers that are just shopping for the bottom dollar. But what I would encourage you to do when you're approaching Etsy, especially because you've been there before, is I would leverage the heck out of your current customers and past customers, because what customers really want on Etsy more than the cheapest price, there are a lot of customers that want that, but there's a whole market of customers that don't care about the cheapest price. They care about great customer service and the trust relationship with their the person they've bought from. So I'll give you an example, Danae, because I shop on Etsy all the time. I will go back to a graphic designer that I've used in the past that does not have a design that I want for a Christmas card and ask her to custom make me one, because I would rather pay $5 more and work with someone that I know, that I trust, she's easy to work with, she's going to turn it fast, and so on, than to have to sift through the 5 million designs. Because when you think it's hard for you on Etsy as the seller, it's hard for consumers to weed through all the stuff. There's so much stuff, and consumers are tired. They're busy moms. They don't want to think. They don't want to expend the mental energy. So if you can really cultivate your current customer base, give them incentives to come back and buy from you again and again, super serve them at every transaction, they're going to want to come back to you and not go to the search bar. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
that does make sense.
So you have an opportunity to stand out on Etsy because of who you are and the relationship you build with your customers. And then you're not competing against the hobby runners and the people that are trying to undercut you. It's not going to completely capture all the market, because there's still going to be a segment of the market that wants to pay the cheapest price, but it does give you a unique advantage to compete with. And I think that's an aspect of Etsy that a lot of people miss. But again, Danae, it's up to you. You've got your own website. I don't think it hurts to be there. It can only help and only drive more sales, but it's your business. And that's one of those things that it's your choice. If you want to be there, great. And if you don't, there's no wrong answer. Thanks for calling in. I think this is a really good point about Etsy, because so many women get started on Etsy because it's easy. They walk you through the process. It's this unbelievable platform. They do all the, calculate the tax. They help you upload the pictures, all that stuff. But keep in mind, if you are in a handmade business, especially a business that is very common, you do monogramming. Well, there's 9 million monogrammers. Okay, so how are you going to stand out from the competition? How are you going to uniquely serve your customers? Maybe your personal brand and just your style of taking care of people, because you go above and beyond, is the reason they come to you and even are willing to pay a little bit more because they love you so much. So don't just think of yourself as I'm one more product-based business in this massive sea of businesses that are similar. Think of yourself as unique and leverage yourself as unique. And your customers will see you as unique and they will come back again and again for you specifically.